I'm a OG boy.
Good afternoon. Welcome to another episode of Found Cash. To the left of me, I got Rel. To the right of me, I got Mick. $1 billion Glick.
Oh, this nigga, stop that shit, bro. It's time to be a trademark.
It's trademark. We have to get that trademark, bro.
You gotta change your Twitter name.
Yeah,
True.
man.
Glick.
Yeah.
So I'll let these billionaires know.
Yeah, man. Bro, yeah, bro. Just, tell these niggas about your passion, bro.
Yeah.
Alright, man. Like I said, welcome to another episode. So frame. We want to catch up with some current events real quick, man. How y'all guys feel about the baby and this light skin shorty? I do not know her.
Dana Lay. So don't disrespect Dana Lay.
I thought it was Danny Lay.
Dana Lay.
Hey, the canary.
My little babe.
I remember the album. The album was fire.
I just call it a little light skin canary.
I ain't really see too much about it. I saw a little bit of his story when he was like recording, like him kicking her out. No, I ain't see that. But the whole recording, all the events of anger or whatever, just in case, things turn sideways, I believe in that. Definitely got to record everything to protect yourself. So good on him. I don't know the backstory on that. I don't know.
Do you feel as if you recording everything makes you change? Because you know it's recorded?
That's
Yeah,
true. That's true,
100%.
because I've become off a lot more. But I don't, my personality.
But I feel like the person that I become when I'm recording is the person that I need to be.
that's a fact. That's a fact. Nigga. Look at her. You just calm.
True.
Look at her.
If I know I'm recording, I'm not going to do nothing crazy.
Exactly. So it's not doing nothing skewed view.
She knows crazy, but now that you mention that, it's like we don't know what he did to get all riled up before he started recording.
It's what? Record. It's like, nah, I don't think you did no shit like that.
Shit.
But I was like, they have that one recording, like when he's talking to her, like she seemed cool, and then he called her a side bitch, and then they would just.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, he called her a side bitch.
It's so like I'm split. Pause.
But can I say one thing? She can't be a side bitch when she was publicly known. Like everybody
knew they was fucking.
I had a bitch on the side. I was fucking her. I was fucking my baby moms. Your baby moms is a side bitch.
Wasn't a side.
Like I'm saying, your new bitch is way more known. Everybody know that you was fucking with the canary. Everybody knew he was fucking.
Stop calling a canary, my nigga.
That's a little yellow bird. That's a pretty.
It's Dana Lay.
Yeah, there we go. But Dana Lay. Danny Lay? Dana Lay?
Dana Lay.
Dana? Danny. Danai.
Dana.
Dana.
Dana
Lay.
Dana Lay. Okay, so everybody know that he was fucking with Dana Lay, right? So I'm just saying the whole world. Danny?
I was fucking with this.
But everybody know that he was fucking with her, so it's like.
Shout out to Dana.
So it's like, how can you really be a side bitch if everybody know? That's a side bitch is like side. Nobody know. That's a sneaky link.
If he did say this shit, he was definitely saying that shit just to make her
Like
upset.
he did. I'm gonna say he did to get her mad.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna lie.
Also, if you listen to any of this nigga's music, you know he's not the type of nigga to settle down. Yeah. I'm not saying that him fuck with Dana Lay is settling.
Oh, she definitely walked into that.
But I'm just saying, like, this nigga is always gonna be this nigga. The baby is always gonna be the baby.
So you remember the Journey Lucas track with him and J. Cole?
Oh yeah.
So that's like similar,
yeah.
Real shit. A lot of girls.
I'm not familiar. What did he say?
I was a fuck nigga, used to be a fuck nigga.
No, that's J. Cole part.
Yeah, that's the only part I care about. What the fuck was Johnny talking about?
No, but he's like you knew this from the start, bitch. That shit. He's like you knew. He was like nah, I'm just like you know I was a fuck nigga. You decided to fuck with me. Like how can you be mad? You know I'm a fuck boy, whatever you want to call me, right? You know this about me. How do you? What the fuck do you feel?
Women swear they can change niggas.
Bro, real shit. Bro.
Son, I said that before. When a man get in a relationship, he expects a woman to stay the same.
Yeah.
When a woman get in a relationship, she expects the nigga to change.
Nah, but real shit.
Y'all will not change this man. Stop trying.
The baby.
Stop
we're
trying.
We're talking about the baby.
Focus on this.
It's like,
no, because I'm capable of being in a relationship. But I gotta fuck with you. Like real shit, I gotta fuck with you.
Emphasis on I gotta fuck
I
with
gotta
you.
fuck with you. I'm not just real shit. I'm not settling for anything, bro.
Yeah,
but
that's fair.
But I'm just saying, like, a lot of girls know what they're dealing with,
Mm.
and decide to be in a relationship with these niggas. I think I can change. Real shit. Nobody's gonna change unless they want to change for themselves. Like, if you don't see a nigga changing for himself, like I will never change for anybody. Like, it has to come within inside, like within. Like, if I'm gonna change to be a better person, I want to change to be a better father, whatever. Like, that's gonna come from what I want to do. You can't be like, hey, I feel like you should. I'm like, hey, I feel like you should shut the fuck up. And I have every right to say that. I really don't care. If I feel like
you have the right to remain silent. Everything that you say can or will be used against you.
Bro, shit.
Whether you actually said it or not.
Nah, but real shit, bitches and pigs are really the same shit. If you really take the Miranda right, that's really the same shit, though. You have the right to remain silent. Everything you say. That is a fact, nigga. That is the biggest. Shit. Yo, when you do the snip, make sure you fucking put this part as a snippet, my nigga. The Miranda right, pigs and bitches have the same fucking way of thinking. The Miranda right, my nigga.
The only thing, I feel like cops are a little bit more honest. Because they can't hold you accountable for things you didn't say.
But that is true.
Women can't.
We go to court, you niggas.
Women
But you didn't say.
Yeah.
But
you said this, but I feel like
I bet. I ain't gonna lie. Real shit. Let's think about this. This one thing. A police is a bitch that's just logical.
A logical bitch.
A logical bitch.
Yeah.
They have to use logic. They have to use facts.
Niggas be lying just as much.
Yeah, but
I literally just watched a video on YouTube. Nigga had a dash cam.
Alright.
And the cop pulled him over and was like, I seen that you just flew right through that stop sign.
Okay, then.
He was like, well, I got a dash cam that shows it. He was like, well, show me. Nigga showed him. He was like, well, I'm gonna still issue you this ticket and you can show up at the court date.
Yeah, but when you go to court, you can beat that shit though. But I'm just saying, I bet. I still extra shit. It just look good for quarter, but okay. Also, but the only thing, like, I bet a cop, regardless, gotta go to court eventually, nigga. Facts is gonna come out.
Yeah.
For the most part, like, some shit will get to us.
Like my son Kyle Rittenhouse.
We know.
But bro, imagine being in a court. You send your testimony. You look over the police. You be like, but I failed. Bitch, I don't reach your question.
It ain't the police officer. It's the judge, nigga.
Like, well, I feel like he was going past 85, but your ticket says 70, nigga.
Yeah, man. I feel like he would have went further if I didn't say anything. Yeah, but anyway,
I'm like, bitch,
we digress.
I'm like, bitch, I feel like
what the fuck are we talking about?
Everything.
Now we talking about females and guys, the females and police having the same Miranda right, niggas. Just stop talking.
By the way, y'all might be tired of us just like shitting on females because y'all do suck a little bit.
You know what's crazy?
Pause. Not pause. Play. But next week we'll have a couple guests on here, so don't worry about it.
A couple.
And they gonna get that ass flame, nigga. It's gonna be bad, man. I mean, real shit. As soon as they say I failed, they gonna have to leave.
Yeah.
If you not coming here with logics, my nigga, like
no funny shit. It was this. I don't even know the nigga name. I don't know nothing about his page, subscribers, none of that. But it's this nigga that does that shit. He has a radio show. It'd be him, his co-host, and like 5 or 6 other females. And they be arguing with them. Right? And then, like, the minute that the conversation digresses from being, like, opinions, feelings, and it starts getting disrespectful, niggas like, get the fuck out of here. Someone else is waiting to take your spot that can speak, intellectually.
Yeah, without getting angry.
Without getting angry. And they be tight. They be like, really? You're about to kick me out? Yes.
That's what I don't like about, like, new people, I guess not new adults, like, people take you disagreeing with them as aggression.
Yeah, it's not.
I would not like to talk to a group of people who agree with me, because I don't learn anything that way.
First, I bet me and you had this, like, offline conversation, right, a while ago, and I was just like, I don't want to chill with somebody I don't want to chill with people that always agree with me. I want to chill with people that question me. And I also want to chill with people that are smarter than me. If you're not smarter than me, I really don't want to be your fucking friend.
Sure.
Like, I can't learn shit. Like real shit. Like
if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room.
You're in the wrong
Goddamn,
room.
if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room.
nah, like you're legit in the wrong room.
You
like,
got up.
Like I'm saying, I bring shit these niggas don't know.
I'm playing.
That's some random ass Snapple facts. But like I'm saying, but like I can learn something from y'all, and like I bring something to the table. I bet, like not necessarily like. Not necessarily like you gotta be
Stupid. It's like, no.
You can't find your fucking phone,
I'll
nigga.
just look at my shit. This shit over here.
You can't find your stupid nigga.
I felt the
Your ass
vibration, my nigga.
Everybody else in the room knew where his phone was at.
He ain't know if
Yes, I was. It was charged over
Yes,
there.
I was.
Yes, I did. Nah, but I'm just saying, like, at least you can bring something to the table, bro. But
Speaking of bringing something to the table.
you talking about females don't bring shit to the table with a fucking salad fork?
Nah. You said what? A stylish fork?
Nah, salad fork. Nigga, the baby fork, nigga. Nigga, a teaspoon.
The thing about it is, black people are like so far behind, and just like I think like the average net income or net worth for black people is like 17,000, 19,000. It's below 20,000 for sure.
Yo.
Fact check me on this.
Yo, no.
But the average net income or net worth for a white family is like 170 something thousand.
Yo, my foot, not to cut you off, because we talking about like money and shit like that. So I spoke to my mom's today, right? What, November 16th, right?
Hey,
Pam,
Pam.
right? I spoke to my mom's, right? Because I have a little sister, she's 15, she's about to turn 16, right? And I was talking to my mom, so I was just like, you know.
If you tell us again that you was talking to your
shut the
moms.
fuck up. And I was just like, I want to speak to my little sister because she's getting to that age and I want to talk to her about financial literacy and stuff like that. And I was like, because nobody ever told me this, and I was like, till I got older, and I was like, I put myself in certain positions. Growing up with black people, like, you know, like we buy things that we can't afford.
Fact.
And then we figure out later. And I was just like, when I deal with white people that I spoke to, they don't buy something if they can't buy it like 5 times over. And I was like, black people don't believe in that. We just buy it and just figure it out later.
Yeah.
And that's why we're like, our debt and our credit are so low and stuff like that. And I was telling my mom about credit. She was just like, I don't know what my shit is. Like, I don't even look at it. I was like, bro, what? And I was just like, yeah, I think my little sister should just talk to me more. Like, I'm just saying, like, she's getting older. I'm like, because my mom's we were talking about her going to school. And I was telling them, like, once again, telling my moms, I was like, if she doesn't get a scholarship, don't allow her to go to school. Like, don't allow her to pay through Sally Mae and stuff like that. Join the Air Force. I was like, join the Air Force, get it paid for. Like, you're handicapping yourself. Like, when you take that, when we take those loans, we're putting like a hand behind our back automatically.
Yeah.
That we're handicapping ourselves no matter what. As soon as we take that loan, we're handicapping ourselves. And I was just like, I don't want her to do that. I was like I'm not even in a financial place, but I was like, I will pay for her college before I would fucking let her do it. Because she's younger than me and I want to see her do well in life. Like,
yeah.
I'm cool with myself,
It's
go to
for the
further
next.
debt, but like my whole thing was like, even like family wise, I was like, I don't think I'm the person that's gonna break like generational wealth. I don't see myself being the curse. I don't see myself being the richest nigga that's gonna come from my line. But I feel like I'm the one that's gonna be the biggest
turning point.
The turning point. Like, my son would never be what I would. My son, I only have one kid, females, so my son would never be in the position that I'm in. Like, he would never, like, it's not a way that my son would be in the position that I'm in, because I would never allow him. Like, same thing like my little sister, I would never allow him to pay for. But that's like also like the difference between black and white families too, and Asian families as well. Like, okay, when we went out to the world, I had to do something on my own. It wasn't like my mom's put the shit out on her name and stuff like that. So I had to do it on my own. And then that fucked up my credit. But a lot of white parents and Asian parents, they put their kids through school.
You know it's other races, right?
Yeah, Spanish too.
I know that.
Nah, Spanish too.
I'm just.
But
I feel like Spanish and black people in the same boat.
for the most part, they're black.
Hispanic.
We could go through
In America.
We could go through hidden colors. A bunch of people are black. But I'll put the documentary on for y'all niggas if y'all really want to go through this.
You said Helen Keller?
No, Spanish people are black.
You said,
I thought he said Helen Keller too.
Oh, my fault.
Spanish people are black?
Helen.
I mean, okay, my fault. I was about to say, according to her, everybody's
gray.
Yeah, gray.
That's funny. Nah, but I'm just saying black.
Fucking Helen Keller, she a great Jedi.
Nigga said, fuck I got here. But I'm saying like other cultures, let's go with that. They allow their kids to live with them. To actually they don't, when their kids get out of school, they don't just hey, go out to this world.
I think it's all case by case. I think there's a larger majority of black families that are you're either gonna be in school or you're gonna work. Vice the other cultures that are just figure your shit out.
But I think that's it's called something I bet something how we beat each other and stuff like that. They beat our kids, they beat their kids and stuff like that. It's it's just something that they're used to. I don't think for my moms, I think that's what she was taught. That's what my grandma was taught. And then it was when these motherfuckers hit 18, go to school, get the fuck out of my house. And that blows, most people I know black communities is oh, you're an adult, get the fuck out of my house. Oh, you're an adult, do something. You gonna work, get the fuck out of my house.
I'm not trying to get into conspiracy theories, but it's not really a conspiracy because it can be proven with paper. But America set up this system where the nuclear family was the standard. You live with the parents, you move out, and you don't live with your grandparents. The grandchildren don't live in the grandparents' house; they live in the parents' house, right? You move out after you become an adult, right? You don't live with your grandparents and your great grandparents anymore, right? The society tells you once you're an adult, you need to buy your own house. You need to give yourself to the bank, right? You need to buy a house through the bank and owe the bank. That's what America told you. And then at the same time that this was getting pushed, the father or the black father was getting taken out of the home. Yeah. Was getting taken out of the home. So now you have the mother and the kids, right? And whether it was in a position where all he had to do was do something illegal in order to get money because he couldn't get hired anywhere, or he got, caught in the wrong place. You know how the fucking 70s and 80s were with black men. They got put in prison, right? Mass incarceration. And then, you don't have that, and then the government gives, women all these subsidies and child support to support them until they feel they don't need men.
Can I just say one thing about child support, right? So if you, as a female, not child support, they're on welfare. Mm-hmm. A man can't be in the house. A man can't live there. Then you have to have the kids on your own. Yeah. So but it's I was watching the documentary with Sugar Ray Lewis, and he's just I always have to pack up my clothes when I knew the lady was coming, and leave the house and stuff like that, and that was another thing. So females were nah, I don't live here, because we never know when the lady's gonna come or the guy's gonna come and check on the house and stuff like they've been trying to break up the black community for so long, guys, fathers.
And the system is built to break that apart.
Yeah. And they be oh, the father didn't want to be there. The system in some ways, I'm not going for every black dad or father that wasn't there and stuff like that. There's some fucked up human beings. I'm a fucked up dad personally. But there's a lot of times it was just
they didn't have a choice. Yeah.
And it was easier for the kids for the father not to be there in a lot of cases.
And
people don't talk about that.
I'm gonna be honest, and a lot of women don't want to agree with this, but it takes a man to raise a man. And some women would be I'm raising my son, just me, blah blah blah, just fine. But I promise you, he's getting that masculine support from somewhere. It takes a man to raise a man.
Okay, that's when we spoke about the last episode about the two kings and shit like that. Single mothers raising a kid. We spoke before, my mom's raised me the best that she could. My mom, I will always give her credit. She raised me the best that she can, right? But she didn't know what I was going through in life. I felt, I started gravitating to the influence of certain dudes I thought was the dudes, drug dealers and stuff like that, or gangsters. I'm what I do, cool, bro. I didn't have a father figure that
you didn't have anything else.
Even my godfather was a drug dealer and shit like that. So it's I just grabbed the people I looked up to, I'm like, that's just was cool. Like, so I was just like, yeah, that's cool. That's what I want to be and stuff like that. Like, my mom tried the best. She. I want to say I have this one thing I even speak to my therapist about. Like, I say my mom's raised me the best way that she could. I don't really say that she raised me. I say my mom's laid the ground floor, the foundation of who I am. Mm-hmm. And I just took my values and just brainstormed what I wanted to learn, who I met and stuff like that. But also, like, my life, like I said, I met dudes and stuff like that. Like, I gravitated towards and shit, like drug dealers. Like, you grow with me and shit like that. That, you know, I was like milkman, bae and shit. Like me and Fro was like with these niggas. Like, you not like that, but like, you grew up with your dad, so you wasn't. But you, like I said, you grew up with your dad, but you see like everybody else is around, like the group, like me, Aaron, Malcolm, like you gravitated to drug dealers like a little bit more. Like this, we used to be outside just smoking weed. You're like 15, 14, smoking weed with like 30-year-olds and shit like that. But I also would say I met a group of friends that I grew up with. That's why I think that's the thing that saved me the most in life. That I met friends that like had similar thought process that I did, and we grew up together and we raised each other. Like, that's like my thing. Like, that's another thing why I'm so close to my friends and not my family. But like, my mom's laid down the foundation, and I just did what I did after that. But you want a male role model, my nigga. Like, you want somebody that understands you. Like, even if it's a football coach or whatever like that, like, it's not the same. Or Big Brother programs, like, that's why they got these shits, because like, you really need that info.
I have this conversation with women that I date, and we get to that point where we're talking about like having kids with each other, and I'm like, it's some things that like, you can't raise a son better than I can raise a son. The same way I can't raise a daughter better than you can raise a daughter, because I don't know what women go through. Like, I can see it right from an outside perspective, but I don't know what it feels like. You know, I don't know how you react to it or the other, you know, stimuli around that shit. It takes a man to raise a man. It takes a woman to raise a woman. And like, the way for a family to build is having those two things, whether it's the grandfather and the grandmother or the mother and the father. But it takes a village to raise a child.
Can I say like one other thing? Like, so that you ever meet like, alright, so black people have kids, right? Mm-hmm. It's not really like, as a black guy, we have a kid. For some reason, it's like, because I have a kid, right? It wasn't like, oh, you have to be here. It wasn't like, hey, you have to be here. You want to be here with him and help you and stuff like that. It's like people just go into that thing like, you don't have to be there. We don't expect this from you. I wanted to be there for my son, but like his mom was just like, you don't have to be there. Mm-hmm. And maybe help for child support or whatever like that. That's just what people think of black people. But if a white guy have a kid, it's expected. This is something like if a white girl, like not even a white girl, like a white guy is having a kid. It's not like second guess that he's gonna be there. So these motherfuckers be deadbeats. Real shit, white people be just as bad at deadbeats as us, but that's not how it's painted. They're more expected to be there for the kids, and where now other races aren't. It's like, well,
it's the family aspect.
But it'd be like, how about if
the government's been teaching like people, if you have sex with a black guy, like, he doesn't have to be there. You don't need him. We'll take care of you. Yeah. Fuck him. We'll put him on child support, take all his money. That's all you need.
But I ain't gonna lie. I also think as black guys, we do need to do better.
Some, like, I'm not speaking for all of them, because some of them are assholes. You know, I'm not speaking for all of them, but some of them are
real
assholes.
Shit. No, they are some, but I would actually give like to our generation nowadays, like to our generation, I feel like more black guys want to be there for their kids than any other fucking generation. Like everybody, every person I grew up with that has a kid that's now their baby mom is in their kid's life somewhere somehow. Yeah. It's not a person I know that I like that I grew up with that I'm cool with. Then like I'm cool with because of that. It's just like I'm cool with. It's not there for their kids.
Like people, I be seeing some niggas upset on the internet how like, you know, some I don't know, NBA player, some fucking superstar or whatever gets some chick pregnant and like the child support's like $500,000 a month. Or I'm exaggerating, but like you know what the fuck I'm talking about. And absurd amount of money a month. But at the same time, it's like if you're a father, right, making all this money and living lavish and everything, your kid should live the same.
Nah, it's a fact.
Your kid should live. I don't care if the mother is like, you know,
it depends on the percentage. I'm not gonna lie.
You guys should live the same type of lifestyle because that's your kid.
Nah, that's
why I agree with some of the child support costs.
Oh, I agree with child support. I don't have a problem with child support. But the only thing I have different with child support, right? Between child support, right? It's like some people that pay like I bet. We all know my shit is like higher than most people. I'm not gonna say what it is, right? Like I pay a lot compared to most people in the military. We all know I pay a lot, and I still do for my son. When some people I talk to and like that has like kids like child support, they're like, I'm only paying child support, bro. I'm not doing that shit. Wait,
that's petty, bro.
That's petty.
That's just seed.
Real shit. You know me.
The petty breeds petty.
I get that. That's why I'm not like that. Like everybody see my son. Like I pay a crazy amount. I'm not gonna get how much it is. Compared, hey, most people in the military pay like 400, 800. I'm in the team, and I ain't gonna get into that. But you see me like like my son Cameron calls me for anything. It's not even a hesitation. It's just like, all right, cool, I got it. Like I don't be like, oh, I gave your mom's money. Your mom's could buy it. I be like,
you're also in a different situation than most, right? You got a steady 2-check month.
No lie, it's not even that. Like I bet.
I don't mean to cut you off, but like if anybody's watching this, like honestly, I can say this, sober, drunk, I will always say this if you ask me, catch me off guard, whatever. Cash is one of the best fathers I ever met in my life.
I appreciate that.
Honestly, I see this nigga talk to this kid all the time, and he will like be hanging out with us, drinking and shit, and will like leave and spend like an hour talking to his kid on FaceTime and his kid called. And I think that shit's pretty cool. But yeah, moving on. I said that before, but
I appreciate that. Alright, so remember, I bet like a while ago he had to get like emergency teeth surgery, right? I didn't have the bread. I wasn't in the position to do that. Like I just, I gotta get the bag. Like I started Ubering. I was like, I'm gonna get the random money, like, and fix his teeth. Like, so it's not even like real shit. It's not even like
I'm not.
Nah, I know what you're saying, like positions and stuff like that. It's real shit. You know how long it take for a nigga to apply for Uber?
No, I don't know.
Nah, it take less than a day, bro. Same like. Everybody got a car.
Niggas we know.
But real shit is some shit. Even earning that, nigga, you could do random things, my nigga. You could DoorDash with a bike.
And if you're really desperate, you can just sell drugs.
Nah, but
I'm just kidding. That was a joke. I was trying to make this conversation kind of light, but.
No, I'm saying, but like, a lot of people choose not to do. Yeah. Like a lot of dudes like, nah, I did this.
That was a joke, though. That's how we get caught in that circle. But
yeah, a lot of people like, nah, I'm not gonna do this. For me, it's just like I grew up with a fucked up father. That's what I'm saying. I think our generation is different. Most of us grew up with some fucked up fathers in a way, and I'm like, I'll never be my dad. So like anything my son want or need, I don't spoil him to a point, but I do the best that I can. Like it's not, he doesn't want or need for anything. Like I ain't gonna. What the nigga Jim Jones said, nigga, that shit nigga said, it's not always Gucci and Fendi, nigga, every week.
It's not Chanel every week.
But
when I get back on, Chanel every day if you want.
Like, point is, like, my son wants something.
My family will never feel what I feel, but I'm a
ever, my nigga. Like, real shit, like, I'm not a drug dealer, I'm not a gangster, my nigga. Let shit get empty, nigga, let shit get big. I'm moving everything, nigga. And that's a fact, my nigga. Like, real shit, like, well, niggas, you go up in the hustle, niggas got connects no matter what, but nigga, everything jumping, nigga. If my son needs some shit, everything moving, my nigga.
These sneakers.
I said, I got hella kicks, nigga. I saw every kick my nigga before my son ever want or need something. Or gotta go to another nigga and try to figure out shit and like, yo, I'm
of a different ideal though. So like, I'm personally, me and my wife always gonna be good.
Yeah.
My kid gonna be good, right? But he's not gonna be as good as us.
Yeah.
Right. I feel like I work this fucking hard to be here to give you a better life, but I don't want you to be like cush. I don't want you to. I don't want you to have some lackadaisical mindset where you feel like everything is entitled to you, everything is given to you. So you're gonna need that same hunger that I got.
You told me something that your dad told you one time. Like, I'll pay for you this time.
Yeah. Well, the first time I took this girl out on a date, I told her, I'm like, mind you, I'm like, I think I'm like 17. It's back when King's Plaza was popping. I'm like, yo.
Damn, nigga, that's so wow.
Yeah, I told you. So I'm like, yo, taking shorty on a date to the movies. You mind if I borrow some cash or whatever? And he was like, did you have sex with her yet? I'm like, nah, this is the first date. Right? And my pops knew how I move, so. But he was like, nah. I'm like, nah, it's the first date. He's like, all right, it's 50 now, but this is the last time, because I know you. Once you have sex with her, you have to pay for that. That's on you. I'm not about to fund your habits. So and after that moment, I never asked him for no other bread, for no female, because I understood what he was trying to teach me, and it was the same shit. Like, he told me another quote, and I guess like a lot of people know it, but he was like, it was these two bulls. It was a bull and his son, and they were standing on top of on a hill in a meadow, mad cows down below, whatever, right? So the son was jumping around, the pops running around and shit. And he's like, yo, Dad, hey, let's run down there and, fuck one of these cows. And the pops looks at the cattle and he's like, nah, son, let's walk down and fuck them all. And like, it sounds like some real misogynistic shit, but like, if you think about it, it's like, slow down in life. You're gonna get everything you want if you really, if you strategic about it.
Yeah. I wish like you told, because your dad told you that. I remember that your dad told you that on your 21st birthday, my nigga. And like, cause you told me, and like later, I was like, real shit. I ain't gonna lie, that shit fucked me up because I was like, I ain't growing my dad, and I was like, that shit was good, bro. Like, I was like, when you said that to me, I was like, that real shit. It only been like a few lines of quotes that I ever stuck in my whole life, and that was like one thing I always remember, because I was like, bro, when I have my kid, my nigga, I'm like, I'm telling my son the same shit, because I was like, that line just like was perfect, bro. Like, definitely because I know how you are, but I was just like, the line's perfect though. Like, I was like, that's true though. Like, why rush in life? You can rush in life. You gonna miss out on opportunities. You take your time. You can get everything you want.
And that's how I took it. I didn't take it as, like fucking influential or whatever.
Personally, when you told me, I didn't take it as that. I was just like,
it's just the idea of like slowing down, taking everything in as it comes to you. Yeah. And like, you don't know personally, but like, me and my pops didn't have like the best relationship, right? Like, he was always in my life, but there was times where
that nigga's good now.
Yeah, there was times. There was times when I can say,
happy birthday today.
Yeah, man, happy birthday, sure. Pops, man. I don't know if you're gonna watch this. Peace, man. Happy birthday, man. Love.
Peace. But yeah, like there was times where I was just like, maybe I just wasn't understanding the lessons that he was trying to teach me, but I sought out other I don't want to say leadership, but
guidance.
Yeah.
See, but for me, like, I was looking at.
No.
Sorry, Beth. I was looking at like, your dad is like dope, but your dad, it's not like a hood nigga. But we grew up in the hood. Like, your dad, I think your dad had like a lot of wisdom. Like, cause I was talking to you, I was like, bro, you know how I feel. But like, when you talk about your dad, I'm like, I think your dad cool as fuck, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
same all
everybody, we all think we call a nigga Pete, his dad cool as fuck to everybody, right? But nah, I hate that nigga bad. I'm like, bro, that's peace, man. That's love, bro. That's pops, nigga. Not a nigga that we grew up don't call your dad pops, my nigga. That's a fact, my nigga. Like, we call that nigga pops, nigga. That's love. But I'm saying, like, but I feel like we grew up in the hood and your dad doesn't have like a hood mentality. I feel like we just like. So I don't think, like, maybe he just wasn't able to teach you hood things, so he was like, I want a nigga that's gonna teach me hood things.
You ain't needed no hood shit. I mean, you got out of there kind of quick.
Nah, bro, shit's wild though. Like, for you meet, probably the most hood nigga out the whole group that we grew up with, to be honest, bro. Like I took bro, probably the most hood nigga friend I got. Like, to be honest, like I be chilling. Like it's weird though, cause like we get me real personalities. I be chilling.
You know what? Now that I think about it. You do be acting up when we going out sometimes.
Like real shit. Bro, I'm like, yo, my hit that nigga. I'm like,
oh my god. But we was in Moose's one time. Oh my god. Nigga, bro, one time I was like, yo, I don't like this nigga. I was like, alright, cool. I keep the dancing or whatever. Next thing I know, this nigga is not Ro, but the nigga he pushed is rolling across the fucking club. This nigga pushed him. And I was like, what the fuck? Yeah, it's fucking
we be out rubbing. Like, I bet when I had the cast on, right? The nigga accidentally, he didn't step on me, like he like slid over my foot, like it like slightly brushed it, right? Like slightly brushed. Bro was like, yo, that nigga touched you, bro. Yo, end this nigga shit right now. I was like, nigga, chill. I didn't even get mad. I didn't even say ow, nigga. I got a cast on. I'm like,
yeah, I seen your face. You did the whole like.
I felt the nigga. I felt the nigga like. I'm like, bro, I'm not, cause I'm like, it's not that serious, bro. I'm like, bro,
I'm not a hood nigga.
Bro, like, and bro, you said that. You didn't say I beat this nigga. You didn't say I kill this nigga. You said I end this nigga. I was like, wow.
It's just certain shit that I don't condone.
I'm saying, cause it's funny, cause personality wise, you would think like, bro, is more chill than me, but like,
I'm a fucking teddy bear.
But when it's time to get mad, I'm like the more chill nigga. Like when we mad, more logical. That nigga like, I'm about to kill this. Nah, I was like, nah, body right.
I be hearing shit from you and I'm like, I might as well download Tinder, and then like nothing happens and I'll like fucking meet somebody and I'm like, fuck Tinder, and I'll delete it.
That's crazy. I will give you this though over me. Like you like, my Tinder be busting. I'm not gonna hold you up. But in person, you do way better than me, nigga.
I don't know what it is. I don't have the tattoos.
I don't talk in person. I wrote shit. I'm not gonna in person. If you meet somebody new, y'all niggas usually engage these niggas. I really don't. They're like, yo, if you see a table like me, was like, oh, you'll go. Me, I'm chilling, bro. Like, I don't know. I feel like I'd be like, I'm just too cool for school type of shit. I'm like,
my chances in person increases exponentially. Exponentially,
bro.
Huh?
It's a generation.
But you
we in the same generation.
But you know what's crazy though?
Get there.
But I'm saying, but it's crazy because like when we have get-togethers, like when Ed and them bring random bitches there, I always do well. It's just like at first, like approaching them, I don't know what it is. I just don't want to approach them. But actually, like when it's time to talk, I probably put in work when it's time to talk. So I was saying, right, like earlier, right. So I was like, I matched some chick on Tinder, right. And I was like, damn, she kind of like looked like my ex a little bit. Yes, man. I was like, a little bit. You can see what I mean.
Yeah.
Not exactly, but a little bit, whatever, right? And I was like, I don't know, I want to do it. I was like, and then you started telling me, I was like, about PTSD. I was like, I think you really can get PTSD from like previous relationships, bro. Like,
you can get that shit from anything, man.
Cause I'm like, bro, like, real shit. I'm cool with light skins. I don't like OD lights no more. Like, I don't like I bet light skin like lighter than me, but they still look brown. You know what I mean? But I bet if I show her like, you know my ex.
I do.
And I'd be like, yo, she like 85% white, like 50% black, right?
You need to just come on over.
Nah, I ain't going to the dark side, bro.
You just need to and pause. I mean, like dark skinned females. Right?
Nah, that's what I know what you mean.
I know, you know what I mean, but that was for them.
Yeah. Dark side. Oh yeah.
I'm
like
not
it.
Going
dark skinned females.
I like it though, because now
dark skinned females.
No, because now if I see any signs from like my post traumatic stress shit, I just cut it off. Like I was talking to y'all earlier about how like it's a bad fucking sign.
When she said that one, I'm good.
I was like, yeah, I'm gonna chill back on that one because that it just seems like
it's too close.
Yeah, too close.
Close to home.
Too close. And I was like,
I like my happiness. But now I'm afraid of like extra light females right now, right? She like,
but look, I'm not trying to be like colorist, but like, damn, they be bad. Like,
you like, bro, but black girls be bad too. Cool.
As soon as you walked in, I was like, yo, did you see this?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god.
I don't have nothing against light skinned joints, bro.
That's good, bro. We need you, bro. You into the dark skinned big girls. I just lied.
I'm like, nigga, what? Nothing against big girls. You know, they need love too. I got somebody I can, you feel me, send straight to y'all.
But for me, that's not. I mean, I know I'm a bigger dude, but
That's what this nigga the word predicament.
yeah. I mean, nah.
He might not even make the cut depending on how he feels. Nigga almost. He blew me up that day. He's like, you trying to get me killed? I was like, what did I do? Delete. But yeah.
I thought he was pointing at me, son.
Yeah.
It's over after that. I got
with the
enough.
cheers, you ain't even do it.
My fault. I'm about to throw something.
All I'm saying is, black women are beautiful. Period. Light skin, dark skin, fat, not fat, thick.
If you got a little black in you, what's happening?
Whatever
If you
you
want
are.
some black in you, what's happening?
This nigga's
Yeah, he
light
wild.
skin, so
He need to stop.
I'm not light skinned. I'm caramel with a splash of mocha frappe.
Request.
So you can get him off a dollar menu, is what he's saying.
Easy, bro. You always got enough money in your pocket for me, baby girl.
Talking to all of y'all. Every single one.
By the way, just so y'all niggas know, y'all will not change him. I said earlier, you will not change
Yes.
this
That's a
nigga.
lot, bro. I
You
got
know
like
the craziest part about all of that? Y'all niggas just made y'all a hot and fresh new drink.
You want one?
Nah, I'm gonna make my own. I guess because I like dark skin, bitch, I have to do everything by
Nah,
myself.
you don't get no Sprite, nigga. You get no Sprite. Ow! You don't get to lighten your drink up, nigga.
Fuck y'all niggas.
But nah.
What was he talking about?
Not
PTSD.
PTSD. Like, I get what you like. So look.
Hold on. But just to be more specific with the PTSD thing, what's your red flag?
Oh, the emotional shit.
What you mean the emotional
I
shit?
bet when I
Breathing.
breathing.
Right.
I bet when I take a girl out, right, and we talk, right, I'm like, are you more emotional, or logical? Okay, I know you can like, bro, everybody
I'm
more
not
emotional,
talking.
logical.
I'm drinking.
We had this, I bet, but some females, and then there's other questions that come with them. Like some they be like, I'm more logical and stuff like that. I'm like, let me talk some more. And they be like, oh, I'm more emotional. I'm like, nah, we need to evaluate. I gotta give you some scenarios.
Off that first question?
Not that's not the first question, but of the date. But nah, if you tell me that you're more emotional and logical, we gotta evaluate your mental capacity when you fucking with me, bro. Like, I'm gonna do some shit that's gonna stress you out. Like, it's
Let
given.
me rephrase this for this thing, because you out the game.
Yeah, you're
The game, right? But
I was in it for a while.
what was your red flag?
That nigga just farted. What was that?
I was like, that's a trifle side.
This nigga laughing at fart jokes.
Nigga love potty humor, bro.
Honestly, my nigga, I ain't have a red flag, my nigga. I dealt with whatever, whenever, however. I deal with
finish
it
it, my
all.
boy.
I'm
I
gonna
got to see it through.
Yeah.
I just developed red flags because
Same.
I just developed
I got
with
some
my
red flags
last
this
shit.
year too.
I mean, like I told myself, like, yo, if this happens, I'm out. But it's been times where, like, this happens, I'm like, nah.
I'm not gonna lie, right now in my life, I feel like a single mother, my nigga. I know what the fuck I want, my nigga. I'm focusing on myself, nigga.
This nigga's Jody's mom's.
Yeah, bro.
That
The
whole
real shit, like, no girl can talk me out of anything right now. Like, oh, well, I'm not that argumentative and stuff like that. You argue? They're like, yeah. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm like, are you capable of saying I'm sorry? They're like, fuck is that? I'm good.
That's a board game, my nigga.
Yeah, nah, I'm just like, real shit. I came with this thing, like, I think I seen this one too. I didn't come up with it. But it's like, if it's gonna cost me happiness, I don't want it. Like,
Happiness is a choice.
True. Niggas
no,
be like,
no.
one thing that be like,
Well, no, it's a
the
choice
law-
because you can break up with somebody. If you're not happy with somebody, you can't break up with somebody. So it is a choice no matter what. But there is people that you have in your life that you feel a commitment to, that you keep, like, you feel a commitment to, so you don't let, like, you still help them out, do what you can do by them, and they don't cause you, they don't help you with your happiness. And like real shit,
Your happiness and not on somebody else.
no, it's not. But no, there's people like that always ask. Some people, I bet. Say if you feel like you owe somebody a favor, right?
Mm-hmm.
You gonna feel stressed out by that, and like you be like, damn, I still gotta do right by these niggas and shit like that. Real shit. I'm just saying, family member, friends, bitch. Like this is like anybody watch this shit, bro. Like
Shipmate self.
nigga, self, nigga.
Yeah, true.
Real shit. Besides my son, outside of my son, it's a totally different situation. Like I will always make sure my son is straight first.
Mm-hmm.
But outside of that situation, my happiness is number one, bro. Like it's really like this is like the most. You know me for a long time, and friends and family, shit like that, like relationships. Like I've always been one of those people, like people like himself, but anybody who date me, whatever, like that, or really close to me, like I always put what I'm dealing with. Really before my happiness, I make sure they happy, make sure the situation's straight and shit like
As
that.
men,
Should right? That's what we're taught.
taught.
It's not what we're taught. That's what we believe. It's not what we're taught. It's not. I wasn't taught, nigga.
You don't have to be taught by a person.
Nah, but
you
this
be taught by society.
and that's just what I believe. But also listen to what I believe.
Yeah,
That's one of the things.
What you taught is not always what you believe.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but for me personally, it's what I believe. I believe that I should put people before myself, do right by them.
Yeah,
Where'd you get that idea?
Society.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I did that too,
I was
but like
oh.
I will, like you said, I will never do that again. My
No.
last situation, I put myself in a terrible situation where I actually like depended on somebody for some shit. I'll never do that again. But I'm gonna be in a point. My only red flag is like I don't need a female to bring anything to my table because nigga, I'ma be good. I'm always setting myself up to be good. Like I have this idea. I'm not working at the 45. At that age 45, I'm retired. I'm not working anymore. Like my money's gonna be making money, and I will introduce a female to that. I was like, if you with it, you with it. If you can't fucking keep up, then I don't need you, type of shit. But I will not let anybody interfere with that. But I won't. And anything that like you guys as females do to like, I see like what fuck that up. I'm done with it.
Alright.
You know, like, and you don't have to bring anything to my table, but don't. If you're not gonna bring anything to my table, don't bring anything to my table. Meaning drama.
Okay.
I don't need that shit.
This is I feel like we're getting very Kevin Samuel like.
Oh no, I'm gonna say nah. I get that.
Real bashy.
I not because I don't mean in a bashy way.
But it's just a bunch of guys talking about.
But I think people are successful to like my life and stuff like that. Females as well. Like I've learned, like even though like I have what I said, I've learned a lot from them no matter what. Like I've lived and I've learned, and I know what I won't tolerate.
I definitely fucked up more than I was fucked.
I would say that like I fucked up. I put females in some bad positions in life and stuff like that. My damn self. I'm not talking about. There's no females here or like my exes aren't here, so I can't really talk from their point of view. I can talk from mine. Like I put them in bad situations. I fucked them over, whatever. Like vice versa and stuff like that. Like I feel like as like the last podcast, like niggas don't have those in-depth conversations that niggas need to have. Everything is superficial, skin level, like nothing's really deep.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know,
by the time it gets there, y'all already too intertwined to now it's scary to have those conversations.
Yeah.
You don't wanna. You're scared of the answers.
I'm saying like I'm just now.
See all the happy shit,
but
I
now
want to ruin it.
Right.
But I would say, but now I'm 30. Like I know what I want. I know what I need. I know what can help me. I know the type of female I can push me to that other level. I know what type of situations is gonna hold me back. That's just me going up. Like that. I have nothing to my exes and stuff like that. A little PTSD, but that's helpful PTSD in my mind. Like I learned from the like what I see that. No, I can't do that. But like I said, I appreciate them. Like Bond. Boom. Fuck
Bond sweeper.
Yes. Should he say this? No.
Say 4, 2, 1.
Yeah, so it's like, but you get red flags, you know what you want and stuff like that. As far as the table, like I said, I can make the table, nigga. I can cook the fucking food. To be honest, at this point in my life, I want somebody that's more going to
As
feed
long
me.
as it's not lasagna,
No, it's not lasagna.
She good.
It's sloppy, but it's flavorful, my nigga.
Hey, yo.
I've yet to date a chick that can cook better than me, and I'm waiting for it.
But I'm saying,
I think I'm in my match.
Alright.
Cook, my nigga.
But like I'm saying,
I'm not going.
let's
Yes.
get heavy into fucking food, my
I'm
nigga.
starving.
I know, my
I
nigga.
know
That's the
me.
thing.
But I'm
Sometimes
saying-
I wish I could have like lived through like the 70s and 80s, minus the whole like cops beating my ass for no reason. But
For food?
no, but like just the relationship, just deal with it. Like
But nah,
if
but-
you want me to be out here grinding for you, like, and I come home and like I still gotta clean and cook.
You know what's crazy? That's what bothers me more than anything. Like when I was married, like not nothing against her, but it was like I come back from a long day of fucking work. She'll cook some shit that me and her both know I don't eat or whatever, like some shit. Or she'll make some shit for just her and my son, and I'm like, nigga.
We are bashing women a lot.
You know what fucked me up though?
No.
And I told her that I don't be working. Right? So yes, I go to work, but like I don't be doing nothing. So like when I come home, she's like, "Well, this nigga ain't doing nothing. You get help." But like, I guess
dealing with them niggas is terrible.
it's emotionally draining. But I had to realize that the social constructs that we were again not taught, but that we saw, are not the social constructs that are here now. Right? Like, we expect, if I'm the breadwinner, I'm gonna come home to a clean house, food, all that good shit, right?
I would love it.
And that's not always the case,
That's not
right?
the case.
Because we have these I don't want to say semi-independent, but women are working as well.
Yo, can I say one thing about that? Too, about the independent thing? I don't care what y'all say. I appreciate what you said because we spoke about this before. Bro, I'm not taking that care of never fucking female. Right?
Yeah, we know.
Nah,
that was the
real
realest shit I heard.
Nah, real shit. Like, she because like I bet you love somebody and you would hope nobody would do you how like what would happen, but yo, she financially crippled me, my nigga. Like nobody bro. Put it like this.
I never.
No,
I'm not gonna get something like
no.
I never touched my savings before dealing with like bitches. Bitches are the only people that make me touch my savings.
Nah, think
Women.
bro.
You're right. Women are the only
Okay.
people. Because I put myself in a position where I was like, okay, you're gonna do this, I'm gonna do this, and if we do it together, we're good.
If you was
but then
to
it turned into me doing it by
bro,
myself.
If it was about financially crippled, my nigga, you would not win.
Oh no, you got it.
Like
I know you got
about
it.
Financially crippled.
I said
We will
he.
not.
I said he.
I did not turn to you. And
I
I said
said
that we're
him.
talking about financially crippled.
I
you
don't
will
think,
not
but I don't
win.
know. Like you're not financially crippled, bro.
I'm not.
Like you
Really?
really not. Like
I'm not.
You know,
I would say not as much as me.
It really
actually,
sucks because
if you make more, it's not as much.
It
Now,
really
imagine what
sucks
you-
because
imagine
of
what you was
men.
paying than what I would got.
It really sucks because with men, your worth is based on how financially supportive
Yes.
you can be.
Yeah.
Unconditional love is not a thing for a man.
Oh
Bro.
no! If you a nigga
Yeah, if I
looking
was-
for unconditional love,
But it's crazy.
you're not living in the right era.
But the niggas is broke,
Read the
nigga.
book.
If you move somebody, I'm speaking from like, if you move somebody and put somebody in a better situation and shit like that, I think they'd be more appreciative.
Why?
Bro,
You chose to do that.
but I chose to
No.
put you. No, I'm not
You
saying.
know,
I
we're about
bet.
to circle back on what we talked about before. You know
No.
why? Social media.
No, but I'm just
But
saying.
we're not. Hey,
Okay.
I digress.
Okay.
I digress.
I get what you're supposed. I chose to do that,
Yeah.
but I always say what I know what I did. I know what I did.
Mhm.
But you would think that you help somebody, put them in a better situation. They will look up one day and be like, damn, I'm in a better situation. Thank you.
That sounds really logical,
You
and
would
that's
think-
where you're fucking
I
wrong.
thought about logic.
All
Like,
right.
You thought about
We're
a
not
lot,
gonna
but
continue to
but hey,
bash.
look, next week I promise you're gonna have females on here to like,
Nah, but
cover y'all bases.
Nah, I
'cause
get that, but that's not real shit. I tell people that's what hurt me more than anything on my whole divorce, my nigga. Like, the fact that I've done, like, I bet, I'm not gonna say I'm the best nigga in the
Mhm.
world, but if you,
I'm
I'm
listening.
gonna say, but if you was to ask her nowadays, she'll tell you I really did a lot for her. But like,
Financially or emotionally?
both.
Well, I'm not there.
Spiritually.
I'm
Both.
not, actually. I think that's where I
It
lack.
sounds like I'm gonna fuck them niggas. Real shit.
I'm playing
I-
devil's advocate.
Nah, but
nigga. I
but
know that.
Yes.
okay, because I'm about to say, like, because a lot of people know the story, but probably 3 people really know the story. Like,
Yeah,
you want
I
to be
know
that
the story.
real. I'm gonna say you want to be that really know the story because I never paint any. As long as anybody know me, I never. If I have a disagreement with anybody, I've never painted them to be the bad person. I always paint myself to be a bad person because if I'm a confide in you or tell you, I don't want you to take myself. I want you to be able to tell me what I did wrong. You be like, nah, that was stupid.
Yeah.
Oh,
One
that
thing
was
that
wrong.
one thing that I have learned is that I'm really bad at that emotional aspect of it. because I'm too caught up in the logical. Like, I'm too caught up in the logical that I'm not good at the emotional support.
Yeah,
and a lot of women need that type of thing.
Yeah.
But I'm not good at that.
Nah,
I'm not good at that at all.
Because I don't understand this.
I don't get it. I don't
I'm
get
like
it.
that.
Read a book.
Read a book.
Read a book.
Read a
Watch
book
a
is
movie.
just somebody else's opinion.
Nah.
But like, it won't change the way that I feel,
I disagree.
which is emotional.
I bet. My fault.
I think
We jumped
just,
up on
yeah.
I be trying
But just
sometimes,
for
but I
that,
just
like,
can't.
Everything, like, you living logically and you
Mm-hmm.
believing logic over emotions, right?
Right.
That's something that was taught to you. And that was taught to you via conversation with family, lessons learned, books, experience, right?
And you're saying I could
That's the
unlearn
same
that.
thing. Not necessarily unlearn it, but you can branch that off.
Listen, I
You
got-
can.
But how long did it
But I
take
got-
me to get to this point?
But I got two things.
You know, that's what you gotta think. And then like I get with a female who took that same time going through that different branch, and they expect me to, like, you know, connect with them, and I expect them to connect with me. But it doesn't work because I spent 18 plus years learning this logical viewpoint, and they spent 18 plus years learning this emotional viewpoint, and we try to connect and it doesn't match, and then we try to like
So maybe
figure
you
out
should
each
date
other.
a guy. Exactly. Somewhere along the lines, you're gonna have to
Well,
learn.
can I say, like, I have two things. Two back forward. But okay.
You got $1 billion?
Shut the
Alright, I'm done. All right,
Okay.
Nigga, Elon, Belon.
Elon.
So about that, like us thinking like logically, right?
Yeah.
Now, real shit. All right, you gonna take this?
I ain't about to drink. I'm just
I ain't drinking. I'm just sipping it.
Think about the environment that we grew up in. As far as emotion, I ain't bad. We grew up in some good environments, right? But we never taught the emotional things. Like real shit. Like I have my son. My son's gonna be way more emotional than me. He's probably gonna be a better boyfriend than I'll ever be, or husband. Just because he's more into tune with his emotion. But the word that we grew up in, you can't be emotional. Everything has to be rational. Like, but I got love for my friends. I got love for my niggas, but any day, some like now it's a little different. But like you like any day, some shit could twist on nigga. Like I've been cool with niggas that next day be not cool no more.
Yeah.
So
I done had my best friends try to hit me in the back of the head with a henny bottle.
That's crazy. Look at y'all now.
Right?
Podcast.
He wasn't best friends then.
Yeah. True.
That niggas
I
had beef.
understand.
That niggas had beef with my best friend that was back then.
One thing that I was gonna get to this eventually, but like what people have I feel like people have a problem with is like getting to stages too fast. You know, the 18-year thing of being emotional and being logical. You guys just need time, and I myself am a victim of like forcing, you know, the time constraints,
Okay.
you know, into the relationship. Like I've done things within a year that I should have never done.
Yeah, we all done that.
Yeah, but it's because like I felt like, you know, maybe it's cool because
You get what?
I felt,
Yeah.
which I thought was wrong, right? And I should
felt,
have
or which I thought.
took way more time. And I would be if I ever
I
took
felt, but I thought.
from the time I've been 18, if I would have took the time to actually like think and like, you know, slow it down a little bit, I would be a completely different nigga. I would have had a fucking 6-year-old, been chilling in Baltimore probably, in a house, but I didn't take that time. I rushed it and it crashed. When you rush a takeoff, you'll crash.
You know what's crazy? So bad. That's like the same as your father said. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, certain things happen in my life. Like, besides that one situation, my life has like really always moved at a slow. Like, real shit. My life, my word analogy, but like my life is like Carmelo Anthony's game. Like my game is like,
That's crazy, man. I was dead about to bring this shit to basketball.
cause I'm like
Since I changed my
I-
game to be slower,
like
it's been so much easier.
I'm not saying, but I've always. I bet. You know how like you play basketball with niggas, like even like I said, Carmelo, like his game is so slow paced with his control. Like Luka Doncic, like it's my game. I can control. I can move however I want it and stuff like that. Like you really can't speed me up. Like I know what I want to do. Besides that one chick that I've ever dealt with, like like even like my ex-wife, like I know what I want to do. Like I moved at my own pace and stuff like that. Like my son sped it up a little bit. That's like the shot clock counting down type of shit. If anything. But I'm saying,
Weird question. Do you remember the moment that it was him?
That I got her pregnant?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You remember like
That's that
I
day.
did that.
It's December 12th, 2013 or 14. I can't get the year because we was drinking, but it was one of those.
It wasn't 13 though.
14.
We hadn't joined the Navy yet.
Yeah, 14. No, we joined the 13, so it was year round, so 14.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
so 14. So yeah, 2014. December 12th, 2014. It was a friend's birthday that I got super drunk and we was having sex, and I thought she said nut at me, like come at me, and I came at her. That's how I remember it. Like I remember.
That's always the words.
2022.
That's always the words.
Surprisingly, it's also the day that AMC spiked.
You spiked.
Sure did.
You said 2022? That date didn't
I
happen.
said 20. Is that 2022?
You said 2022.
2020. Well, AMC goes
2021? Nigga,
What
what's
year
the gestation period? What are you talking about? How long is that pregnant? 2 years? 2021.
I was actually
That nigga come out of genius.
Right.
I was like, they said
Come out with a mustache.
they said she was 2-3 times. I was like,
with a quill pen.
it's like nah,
I do declare.
I love my son.
He
But
gonna sign his own birth certificate.
hey, you drunk? I got it.
I got you.
Nah, man,
Yeah, 2020. We in 2020.
I'm definitely bringing a flask.
Are we in 2020?
2021, nigga.
We in 2020.
Abby's like, you know, if it's happening here, which I assume it is,
Yeah.
I'm bringing a flask to the hospital.
Oh, I'm bringing a whole fucking bottle, nigga.
I'm bringing a flask.
That and hella like that. I'm bringing like Henny and hella blacks. Me and this bitch.
You keep trying to say Helen Keller, my nigga.
Nah.
Yeah, you do.
You keep trying
What you got to say about her? What's your beef?
Nah, you ever seen like the way
wanna
that shit
smoke
come
with
up
us.
to like a vibe?
I wish. I would date the fuck out of a Helen Keller.
I bet she didn't see how this shit came up
Sure.
to.
It was crazy, real shit.
Yo, her sense of touch have probably been crazy.
Right?
Real shit.
Hey, don't tell me why. I'm not gonna put this in there. Me and Jay were talking, right? And hold up, I'm gonna cut this out. Hold on, give me a
You don't
second.
have to.
No, I'm gonna get this out. So, Bree was talking about like she been going to the gym, and I was like, don't go to the gym on Friday because you know what we doing, right?
You gonna get worked out.
Right. And she was like, no, I'm gonna go to the gym. It's whatever the fuck. And I was like, all right. I was trying to avoid you like getting a massage or whatever, right? Hold on, my fault. I was trying to avoid you being sore when you come over here because of what we gonna be doing. And she was like, no, don't worry about it. And I was like, you know what? I give you a massage when you get here after we eat because I'm cooking her dinner and some more shit like that. And then I was telling Jalen about this because it was fucking working, right? And I'll tell Jalen every fucking thing. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna give her a massage. And I was like, you know when niggas be doing that thing? I was like, it's gonna be 3 of them, right? You get this?
Nigga, I'm lying.
Yeah, that shit was funny. I swear, bro. Every time I thought this, I be almost about to crash on my way home because like I be laughing so hard, like you know, you laugh hard, your eyes closed. I be like, I hope I make my turn. But yeah.